Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys to the people that are with us already. This is Sam Crowley and Gabe Strom, and I am Lori Ruff. I'm the LinkedIn diva. I help people figure out how to use LinkedIn and social media to empower their business results. And I have a lot of people that ask me a lot about tools and what we use to promote our business and what they can use to promote theirs. Gabe Strom, I'll ask you to introduce yourself next pretty quickly. I've known Gabe for several years and love and respect the man. He's a man after my own heart, as I've come to know Sam as well. Gabe, why don't you say hello to everybody and just give us a brief overview of who you are for them.
We haven't met before. My name is Gabe Strom, and I've got kind of an interesting background as an internet marketer on and off for about 7 years now, and I kind of got through the trenches a little bit. You may or may not have known me from some of our last companies. I helped build and create and eventually sold a blogging platform called the Free Blog Factory. We've developed a very successful business model. We basically built WordPress blogs for small business owners and have since then done a kind of a variety of projects, a lot of social media training, and developed a series of information products that generate traffic online. And, having a lot of fun. So recently we've done a lot of local marketing with local small businesses, helping them to get the phone ring and to make money online. And it's been a lot of fun. So some of you may or may not have heard me, but I appreciate you having us on, Lori.
Thank you very much. And Sam, I got the chance to talk to you very briefly. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to meet you in person. Like I said, just after a few minutes, I could tell that we were on the same wavelength as to what our heart's mission is. So introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, hey, Lori, thanks so much. I really appreciate the platform. My name's Sam Crowley, founder of EveryDaySaturday.com. I'm a former corporate slave, Fortune 100 executive, and really long story short, May 2005, I quit my job after 15 years with a Fortune 100 company. My daughter Mallory said all the time, Daddy is tomorrow Saturday, Daddy is tomorrow Saturday. So I told her someday soon every day would be Saturday. I went for it and went bankrupt in 90 days. Awesome. Lost everything I had as quickly as I possibly could. And I say that jokingly because I wouldn't recommend that my worst enemy, but I went back to the job and worked for everybody that used to work for me. Created my first info product, which was sold as a result of having to go back into the trenches after 15 years and start on the very first run of the ladder again. It was a really interesting journey. And did $1 million launch in 2009 as a result of just a big CD product that I sold online. And now I'm a speaker, trainer, seminar leader. I've spoken on big conferences around the world, preaching the everyday and Saturday gospel to get people to monetize their passion and make every day Saturday. So I'm excited to be here because more of what you do and how you help individuals really find their passion. I think that's why we're all here tonight, to get people going.
Thank you very much, Sam, and Gabe as well. So this is about helping people empower their passion. Now, some of the people on the call came because they saw that the webinar or teleseminar was available. Some people came because I sent them a personal email and asked them to come as my guest. And each one of those people, I believe, has a passion, whether they're working it right now or they're looking for an opportunity to help them live their passion full time instead of working for the man, or even to supplement what they're doing during the day so that they can give their family opportunity to live their passions together. So you guys, I've talked to both of you about the tools, the viral blogging system and the marketing, the online marketing tools that we're going to be talking about tonight. And online marketing is if you're not marketing your business online, you're going to lose market share. There's just no two ways about it anymore. So talk to me a little bit about the tools that you found and that I've now discovered with you as well, and how they can help empower somebody's business.
Yeah, I'll kick this off, Sam. We kind of have an interesting story. Both Sam and I came from the information marketing space. We both, years back, saw the potential of the internet to build your business and really create leverage to what you're doing, especially as a trainer, as a speaker, if anyone on the line does any kind of speak coaching. There's only so much leverage you can create in your life when you're working one-on-one with people, or even in a small group setting as well. And both Sam and I think saw that same vision back several years ago. We could essentially promote ourselves by taking what was in our brains as the passions and gifts that God has given us, putting those into information products and training, and then leveraging those. You can sell those 24 hours a day all over the world. And you can take the same experience that someone like Sam, who's spoken on stages all across the world, thousands of persons around the state, invited to speak with T. Harbecker and some of the largest names in the industry. You can take that same experience and over a webinar or whatever platform, you can clone that to do a feature or just that and create leverage and basically print money out of demand. And so, both Dan and I think had that same similar experience. And I know from my perspective, that was kind of one personal breakthrough I had in my life, learning the experience, having the experience, and the empowering experience of taking the knowledge in my head, putting it into a info product and selling it all across the world. The challenge I had, and Sam, I want to ask you a question here in a second about, what you saw as a new vehicle that we're using to accomplish that same mission. So the challenge you have in teaching other people how to do that is a pretty strenuous process. Whatever kind of business you're in, I think there's really an opportunity to leverage the knowledge you have, whether it's with info products, whether it's to create more lead generation for your business or create another revenue stream. There's a couple challenges with that. One, both info products, and Dan can attest to doing a launch of any sort, and you get a big pocket of cash up front, which is very difficult sometimes in this space to create residual income doing the same activities. And oftentimes you'll find yourself, and if you study some of the big gurus in the space, they go from launch to launch to launch, and it's tough to create kind of some momentum. Secondly, problem is teaching this to people. There's a lot that goes into this type of information business, the tools you're talking about, Lori. Setting up a merchant account, getting copy written, doing a sales letter, making videos, doing all these pieces. And it's difficult for the average person to do that. So, a couple of tools, I don't say we both use blogging pretty heavily in our businesses, but really about 7 or 8 months ago, I got an email from Sam Crowley about the new tool that he was using to build his business called the Power Network. And it was a blogging system that he was using, had some internet marketing in the background. And I had seen and heard of this system in the past as a vehicle tool to build your business, to get traffic. And I really hadn't given much attention to it. But Sam's a guy that I had a ton of respect for. Just the work that he was doing in the world and the mission that he was up to and helping people to, make everything a Saturday or something that I was doing in line in my life. And so I took a second look at it. And, Sam, you had some early success in that in the very early days. And that's, basically what inspired me to take a second look at that and using this tool set, basically a blogging system, to, help expand my brand and get my business out there in bigger ways as well. And you about that. And Sam, I know you've had some tremendous success. The secondary income stream, aside from your speaking, you also have a real estate business that you run. And, to be quite frank, Sam's done really close to $200,000 in the past 8 months as an affiliate of this system, and it's really inspiring what this has happened. But that's what I call really important tools that we use to help people unleash their passion and generate income on the internet. But Sam, I would love to hear kind of your story. You've got a very wide perspective of this industry and marketing online in general. You're not a direct sales internet marketer by trade. You came to the speaking world. I would love to hear your story of when you first got involved with the Power Network, what you saw here, and why you thought to kind of change direction from what you were doing after coming off $1 million launch like you did.
Yeah, that's funny, Lori. Gabe's right. I'm not any direct sales guru by any stretch. But what I saw was a lot like Lori. Lori and I chatted today about clients and how we really care for our clients and how we always want to put our clients first. Lori's been a consultant and the LinkedIn diva, and she really, like she said, after 5 minutes of speaking with Lori, she wants to make sure that her moral compass is always dialed in correctly, and she aligns herself with businesses and things like that that are the same. And that's what I had the exact same thought. It was like, I don't know. I'm not really interested in going too far off the reservation here. But Lori asked about marketing tools, and she's right at the very beginning of the call. If you don't understand the online marketing world, that's not okay. I mean, that's just not okay anymore. You need to really understand how to build your brand, how to make yourself more marketable, how to make your brand viral, and all those buzzwords if you're online. But when toward the end of last year, 2012, my clients, and Lori, I'd be curious to hear your perspective on this as well. But my clients wanted to know how to market online. The same same call we're doing right now, these are the kind of questions I would survey my list. Say, what do you want more of? I want to learn how to market online. I've got a beauty salon. I've got a plumbing business. I've got a lawn care business. I want to be an online marketer myself. I want to build a sales funnel, with a lead capture page, a merchant account. But I don't know how any of this stuff works. I just have no clue. And so I was forced with one of two things. This is a growing concern of my market and my database. So either I build this entire platform myself with a merchant account, a support desk, and teach everybody how to go get their own. I have all those tools, but I don't have a way to mass produce them and give them to anybody else. So when Our Network came across again, it wasn't the first time I've seen it, nor was an approach for just one time either. When you're a successful online marketer, people find you and they bring these things to you. And it finally resonated to me that I could bring all of these tools and these products, per se, to everybody in my database, everybody in my sphere of influence. And I've solved the problem for them. And the reward for me is an opportunity to earn commission as an affiliate of the Power Network. But really, I was more in love with the product and what they could do for my clients. And then I use them for my everyday Saturday business as well as my real estate business. So it solved the need, Lori. You're in the consulting business as well, and you've done a dynamite job online. I think we share that, myself and Gabe and yourself. We want to put our clients first, and we want to give them a product that we can feel good about. And then if they want to, they don't have to, but if you want to leverage that as a business opportunity, now you get the opportunity to earn 100% commission on the product. But the reason I got involved was because of the problem that it immediately solved for my client, and that is it gives them an instant online business, and it gives them instant access to some of the best marketing minds in the world. So I hope that answers your question, Lori.
It really does, and I'll share an insight with you. I think one of the turning points for me this year was I was at a conference in Chicago in April. My partner Mike O'Neill and I were mystery guests, and I have rheumatoid arthritis. It's pretty pronounced. I use a walking stick. It's kind of hard to miss with a tall blonde woman walking around with a 5-foot stick. And a gentleman walked up to me and said, I'm Derek, and can I ask you about your walking stick and I heard you mention that you had arthritis. Derek Belisle is the marketing director for the Arthritis National Research Foundation. And their website is curearthritis.org. And he was at that internet marketing conference that you might normally think of for people who are running a home-based business or doing whatever, anything but a national research foundation that's been in business and been around for a long time. And I asked him, what are you doing here? And his answer to me was, if you're not marketing on the internet, you're going to lose your relevance. I'm here to learn how to use internet marketing tools to spread the word about what we're doing, to gain new people who are interested in our mission and want to help fund us, and to help educate the people that we serve, whether it be on the side of the doctors and the researchers or on the side of the patients and the resources that they have access to. The interesting thing is that's resulted in me now becoming a celebrity spokesperson for the Arthritis Foundation, curearthritis.org. But what really has stuck with me was that everybody understands that you have got to market where people are, and people are spending their time on the internet. And Gabe, you've been marketing on the internet pretty successfully for the last couple of months, but haven't you been otherwise occupied? Gabe, you just recently got married.
I did, yeah. I think, when you first found this, yes, I did recently get married. Big lifestyle change last week. Our honeymoon down in Tuscany for 10 days, and when I thought about it, this is one of the, I sort of feel this inspiring if you're listening to this call. Because of the tools and systems that we set up on the internet, the way that we structure the leverage our business, I'll over my income to take a little bit of a dip for the month, because about 6 weeks off the business for the wedding and whatnot. It didn't slow down that much at all because of the residual income we built up because of the Power Network. So that's one of the, and I shared earlier, one of the reasons why I kind of shifted gears from additional information. And, I kind of joke around with Sam, it's really a personal development company disguised as internet marketing training is kind of how we like to refer to it. But part of the way they built the infrastructure that people do decide to participate with the affiliate program, you get 100% commission for referring people to their products that are tools to help the average business owner to be more successful online. And the way they built their product base is there's a residual element to it. You do work once, sell a digital product once, for example, the buyer blogging system, which is a tool that I believe every single business owner on the planet should be using to build relationships with their customers on the internet or a blog of any sort. And we get paid 100% commission on a monthly basis. We figure out off of selling that to people and helping them use those in their business. So when I was down in Punta Cana, I told I promised my wife I would not work on our honeymoon, but I was able to, number one, pay cash for an 11-day honeymoon down there at a 5-star luxury resort because of the success we've had in our business. And two, my business there was getting B while we were down there. I still had commissions being deposited in my bank account on a pretty much a daily basis, because of the work that I had done months ago. So, Taylor, so really kind of dialing back into our love. We were inspired to come together and do this call today for a couple of reasons. I really wanted to just keep an authentic conversation, among kindred spirits, among like minds who are going in the same direction. I know, my passion, when I talked to Larry a couple weeks ago, my passion, my purpose on this planet is to help people discover their true self and unleash their full potential. I firmly believe there's an inner greatness by every person that's listening to this call tonight. You wouldn't be here if there wasn't. I don't believe in accidents. I don't believe in coincidences. And there's a reason you were brought here tonight. There's some good nuggets that are waiting for you if you allow yourself to receive those, whether picking up a couple of marketing tools, whether making a decision to participate with us on our mission to help people unleash their inner greatness. But again, I think this is a people business, and I just want to challenge a little bit about your story too, because we both came from that info space. You've had a lot of success as a speaker, creating info products. Last time I checked that you were charging $25,000 for personal coaching plans, and you've reached a milestone in your business that very few people get to in this industry. And I'm kind of thinking, you've got a big brand too. I mean, you've got a very successful brand. You've got, 3, 4, 500,000 subscribers to your podcast. I mean, you've really done an excellent job. I really admire the things I admire about your family is the way that you built your platform and built your influence and helping people live your passion. My question for you, Sam, why would you started partnering up with Empower Network as a vehicle to help continue your mission 8 months ago. Why would you put your brand on the back burner, if you will, and kind of put your energy into, a third-party affiliate company? What did you see here that helps you make that decision?
Well, because it really is congruent with Everyday Saturday. Everybody in Empower Network makes Everyday Saturday. I mean, we have an event in Denver, and there's going to be 6,000 people there. Being a speaker, I've never been to an event and on stage in front of 6,000 people. It never happens. I don't care who you are. I mean, a lot of the big names, and again, a lot of that depends on price. If you're a Tony Robbins type individual and the price is right, you can pack $6,000 in. But let me tell you something, man. At a live event like that, get paid people in seats to have that many people like we're going to have in Denver this upcoming weekend. It's everybody that is an entrepreneur, man. Every kind of a dreamer. If there's somebody that's listening to this call and I don't know, people look at you weird when you have an idea, or you're zigging when everybody else is zagging. You feel like you're swimming upstream. I mean, those types of feelings that you have as an entrepreneur. That's why I got involved. And I was on, calls just like this, plugging in individuals who just speak differently. They think differently. I mean, abnormal to me means above normal. It just means that you're onto something big. It might not be happening today or next week or next month, but what we got going on with our team, Gabe and the Lily as well, is we have a lot of great thought leaders. This call right here, imagine just what the energy you're hearing on this call right now, and then you take that to 3,000 people. That's a Monday call we have. Or we have our team, our own extreme team that we have within Empower Network with 3,500 people. And we have a call every day at 11 in the morning. And it's the same thing. It's like-minded entrepreneurs masterminding. That's why I didn't really put my business on the back burner. This is a great compliment to it because, again, this filled the need that I couldn't fill. And that's another thing. You got to put your ego aside. And I didn't let my ego get in the way of my bank account. I realized that if I was going to put together products, help individuals that wanted to learn how to market online, whether that was blogging, email marketing, social media, everything that we train within our company and our calls as well, and then allow them to resell those products at 100% commission if they wanted to,
I would have never been able to put that together unless I just wanted to bury myself in a laboratory for a year. And that isn't every day being Saturday for me. So you're right. It's like-minded people with Lori, with you, with me, with the team that we're building, with the 130-some thousand reps that we have now with Empower Network. And anybody that's listening to this call right now, understand one thing. I mean, we want to make sure that people that come on board our team, that you understand that, as I talked about earlier, the moral compass is dialed in correctly. We want to make sure that this gives you an opportunity to learn how to be an elite online marketer. So you never got to buy another guru product launch again. You know, you never got to get caught up in the hypey stuff again. You can just come on board the team, and if you've got any type of question relative to online marketing, and you want to really turn this and put the jets on and make it a great business for yourself, you can do it, man. I mean, think back when I started, Gabe, back 8 years ago or something, or so, online back in 2005. And I had something like this to just plug into, the learning curve would have been cut by 75%. I mean, everything's done for you, and that's the best part of it.
Well, something you said, Sam, I want to go back to, and I really, really want to stress the spending time with people who have the same mindset. You know, your mom told you that you are who your friends are. And if you think differently than other people, if you dream differently than other people, if you believe you can make a difference in the world, in the life of your family, or in the broader world, or wherever, and you've got a dream, if you don't seek that dream and try to do whatever you can to fulfill it, you're going to live what my friend who I had lunch with the other day calls what he's experiencing, and that is a life of quiet desperation. And I almost cried when he told me that. He said, I've just learned how to live a life of quiet desperation and not rock the boat. And I'm telling you, I cannot help myself but rock the boat, because I don't think that there's a fiber in my being that could be depressed and discouraged all the time. I mean, I live a life of pain. With the rheumatoid arthritis, it's constant. It never goes away. But what takes my mind off the pain is focusing my energy on making other people's lives better. When I help somebody, like my friend Tracy in Denver, she does websites for businesses. And I showed her this. I said, you know, you want to build a larger audience, for a larger consumer audience, and help smaller businesses too that can't afford to pay you. And you've been kind of coaching who you could on the side when you could. Here's a system that you can hand them, show them how to set it up. It's step by step by step. And let them go. It's automated. It's easy. And she's all over it. You know, and when I see somebody like that that's in the business of internet marketing and website development and stuff like that, get excited, because now she's got solutions and can impact more lives. You know, it just rocks my world.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're at a special time. I know we want to we're going to be effective everyone's time here and shoot for that 45-minute mark for this call. But let's talk just briefly, Sam. I want to ask you a question. I love having conversations with you guys. I can just talk to you guys all night. That's part of why I joined this community, is just to surround myself with like-minded entrepreneurs. You know, I think a lot of times as an entrepreneur, it's easy. You're working in your office, doing your thing, and it's easy. You kind of feel like you're on an island sometimes, and it's difficult to keep yourself, motivated, inspired, and going confidently in the direction of your dreams. And I was one of the things that I was seeking for, not just for me, as a challenge I've had in my life, my clients as well, is how can I plug people into a community where there's consistent personal development training, where there's opportunities to plug in on a daily basis for leadership calls like Dan talked about. We do a call every Monday night called the Empower Hours. You can come out to listen to different top income earners who are making anywhere from $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 plus per month, and learn the secrets of how do they think, what goes through their brain, what are they doing, what action steps they're taking on a daily basis. Those skills can rub off on you. You can apply them to whatever kind of business you're doing. And I've noticed that tomorrow, there's got a bunch of people on our team who plug into the Empower system, purely for that, for the tools, for the resources, also for the personal development. Tim, I want to talk to you. I want to help us simplify this. There are some people on this call, and Lori talked about, if you're not marketing online, you're going to get left behind. I mean, that's just the truth of the world we live in. We're living in a mobile world now. You jump on I'm here in Chicago, and jump on the PTA truck that we got to see. 90% of people are there. They got their iPhone, or they do it, Galaxy 4 now. They're plugged in, they listen to a podcast. And you've studied a lot of stuff online. You sold internet marketing. Is there one thing that I've noticed is there's a kind of a core blueprint or a course kind of crux to any internet marketing business. And when you hear internet marketing, you're marketing your business online. You've got Facebook, you've got YouTube, you've got email marketing, you've got pay-per-click advertising, SEO. Maybe it's really easy for a business owner or people listening to this call to get distracted and maybe even overwhelmed by all the tools available out there. And you've gone through a lot of people, but they're kind of the few activities that have produced the most amount of leverage for your business, the most amount of results. Is there anything that that you really focused on that's made a big impact amidst the sea of tactics and strategies that are out there?
Whenever I've done it, it's been 100% authentic, and so I think podcasting for me, it's just what I started to do. I did it out of sheer desperation back 8 years ago, and I never thought I'd get close to 500,000 subscribers where we're at now, and it was just a matter of bringing it every day and being authentic in what you do. And this call is 100% about, passion, right? I mean, doing what it is you love. Nobody should ever do anything, ever, that involves, monetizing something that you don't really love to do. I mean, it's just silly. That's for people that have a job, That's like quiet desperation that Lori discovered. So, or that she talked about with her friend today. And I think that, what really was breakthrough with me was saying, all right, I'm going to do this, but the stuff that I don't understand, I'm going to outsource or I'm going to learn it, but it's not going to be right away. The stuff I'm going to do right away is the stuff I really love. I love to speak, and I'm an ex-stutterer, so I didn't really have a shot back in the day to learn to speak right or talk right. And, it's just a matter of everything everybody says you can't do is probably the thing that you want to do, the thing that you really should do the most. And what we do here with our team, with Gabe, and now with Lori on the team, and anybody else who's going to come on board, is we allow you to really do what it is that you love to do. Maybe you like to write effective email copies. Do a lot of that. Maybe you're a blogger. Do that. Maybe it is podcast. Do that. Social media, whatever it is. Don't be afraid of the online marketing world. Don't be afraid to begin, and don't be intimidated by any of this, because quite honestly, David talks about some of the individuals on our team that are earning 100 or 150 grand a month, things like that. Let me tell you one thing right now. They don't even know what they've earned. I can promise you that much, because they are loving learning every single day. I mean, inside the word learn is earn. And when you start to really branch yourself out there and start to really understand that, okay, the social media thing isn't a big deal. If you want to learn it, just go learn it. If you want to write effective sales copy, not a big deal. Search engine optimization, none of that stuff is a big deal. But you just got to kind of pick where it is you're going to operate. And Gabe, to answer your question, what I did is I just pitched my tent right there in the podcasting area, and I drew a line, and I said, this is what I want to do. I want to speak. I want to speak a lot. And I'm not the best one in the world. I'm not the greatest one ever, but I'm who I am, and that's good enough. And I think that's what drew me into Empower Network as well. It's just a bunch of individuals, albeit 100,000 of them, who feel the same way. I don't care what people think. I'm just going to do what I love to do in an ethical manner, and we're going to have a great time doing it. And what do you know? A lot of people earn a lot of money doing it as well, which is kind of funny when you think about how that works. When you don't focus on the money is when you get the most of it. So that's probably that answer to that question, Jake.
Yeah, so that's good advice, Sam. That's I've heard that some of the best advice I got too is do what you love. You'll never work on a day in your life. And I'm kind of a collector of information as well. And I shared this little piece about people being overwhelmed online, because that was definitely me 7 years ago when I first got started. And I was exposed. I'll never forget this experience. I'll tell you a real quick story. Back in the time 7 years ago, I was in a real estate investing and direct sales company. And I was having some success. We were doing more like a seminar model, so it was offline marketing to a seminar. And I was just hustling, just working, doing Craigslist ads, all kinds of stuff to get butts and seats, get people to events. I was, having some success, but not really what I wanted. And I'll never forget it. It was late one night. It was probably 2 or 3 in the morning. I saw a video from a guy named Mike Dillard. Some of you are familiar with him, some of you have never heard that name before in your life. He was a trainer in the direct sales space, and I saw a book that he had called Magnetic Sponsoring. And, I watched the video, typical long-form sales letter, went to the bottom, and he was selling it for $37. I clicked purchase, ordered the book. It was, he got a digital version of it now, but at the time it was a physical book that was actually shipped to my house. And after I went through this experience, I got the book, I showed up at my house. It was completely changed my life. Not by the information that was in the book, although it was just a really great investment for my business. And more so, I sat back and I realized, I've never talked to this guy before. I found him on the internet. And I don't even know how I found him, if it was through a search I did on Google or YouTube. I can't even tell you at the time. But here I was, I paid him $37. The guy was living in Texas. My company was in Texas. Here I was in Chicago. Spent some money doing his email list, became a customer. I never had to talk to him. I never had to go to a meeting. I never had to speak to him on the phone. The whole thing happened automatically at 3 in the morning. I was up looking for solutions to my problem, which is how I get my lead on the internet. And that experience completely changed my life. I thought, wow, I am doing, I felt like I was tracking the rat race. I wasn't in a job per se. I was looking for myself as, I was self-employed. But I was running around the rat race doing the same activities, not getting results. And that really opened my perspective. And I discovered this direct response, direct marketing world where you can leverage content, information, things like a podcast, an audio, a call like tonight, a video, learning skills like SEO, and people can come to your website, sign up to your email list. You can follow up with them automatically with an autoresponder like an AWeber or iContact or any of the other million autoresponders out there. And you can make sales in your business 24 hours a day while you're sleeping, and you don't have to be there. And I immediately began immersing myself in this world. I was creating, learning how to do this to myself. And to answer it, I just want to kind of talk about the question I asked you, Sam, if there's kind of, any core blueprints or any tips you could give someone listening, which in short-term and long-term activities they can be taken on a daily basis to produce the most results. I can speak very clearly with one of the breakthroughs I had in my life, and that was learning the value of building a database. More specific, building an email list that you can collect email addresses of interested prospects in your business, and then by the push of a button, you can communicate with thousands or tens of thousands of people, send an email to your entire list, and drive sales to whatever you're doing. To hop on a call like this, to go to a sales letter, to a new series of value-added videos that you want to create for your marketplace. That one simple skill completely revolutionized our business. I went from struggling, I was making about $20,000, $30,000 a year at that time, really living just above the poverty line here in Chicago. You can barely afford rent for that kind of income. So having a breakthrough year the next year, we sold over $70,000 in retail products. The year after that, we did well into the 6 figures, and that's when we launched our the next affiliate product, that blogging system I first told you about. And it was all because I learned that one simple skill. If I trace back to all the activities we did, I'm constantly testing. That one skill of learning how to build a database, learning how to build an email list, and then giving value to that audience completely changed my life. And Tim, I don't know when you first learned that skill of learning how to prep money on demand by building an email list and adding value to that. I'm kind of curious, actually, just from my own perspective. Did you kind of stumble across this whole build a platform, build an email list, and market to it, or when did you first learn this skill?
Well, yeah, it was about the same. And I know in the interest of time, Laura, we're coming up against it here, so I'll keep my answer relatively short. But I think as far as learning how to separate yourself from all the other noise online is a really key ingredient. Really, the deeper you go, the more vertical you go. At least that's been my experience. I wanted to be the speaker to go in and speak to IBM or Amex's, human resources department, but, or anybody, but then I found out that wasn't me. I couldn't be authentic telling people to, you have to have teamwork to make your dream work. That just wasn't the thing I was ever going to say again the rest of my life because I heard it for So, I found the more vertical I went and the deeper into my niche I was, the more success and the happier I was. So, and that's how I built a really loyal following from called Tribe online. A lot of the vernacular we talk about inside the Power Network as well, because you don't need a database of 100,000 people to have a nice lifestyle. You need just a few people that will sing your praises, buy your product, and be your biggest cheerleaders. And I'm sure Lori realized that as well with her business. And it's a much easier way to go through life and to manage your business. So, Lori, I'm going to kick it back to you, Sam. We want to respect people's time on the call as well.
Thanks, guys, so much. So for those of you that are logged in on the computer and looking at the screen, you're looking at the VBS, the flagship product from Power Network is the viral blogging system. And if you have a vehicle and you just need fuel, what my friend Patrick Kachera calls the jet fuel for your jet stream and get into that groove that you're looking for, this is an incredible opportunity for you to take a package product that will help you get from zero to hero in a matter of days or weeks. That just literally follow the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you can get that at empowersalessuccess.com. For those of you who are on the phone and not on the computer, that's empowersalessuccess.com. If you don't have a vehicle to get you there, if you're working and you're trying to figure out what your passion is, or you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life when you grow up, first of all, let me encourage you to stop trying to grow up and take a look at empowersocialcommerce.com, and that will take you to the affiliate site of Empower Network, where you will take a look at the opportunity and see if it's something that fits with you. And guys, I'm really easy to get a hold of. About.me/Lori Ruff. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can Google me. I own like the first 10 pages of Google for my name. I know all the other Lori Ruffs in the world hate me. Thankfully, there aren't that many of them. And you know, I'm accessible. I got my phone number is on my LinkedIn profile still to this day, even though I'm on the road. I will be back in Minnesota, home on November 5th, because I'm out working and sharing and speaking and teaching and consulting and doing the things that I love to do. And it's tools like this that give me the opportunity to do that. So I encourage you, again, if you've got your vehicle and you need the fuel, you just need the internet marketing tools to get you going where you need to go to empowersalessuccess.com. If you're looking for a vehicle to take you to where you want to go, you want to look at empowersocialcommerce.com. Guys, I'm honored, beside myself honored, that you would join me and my friends on the call tonight and share with them your heart. Again, hanging out with people of like mind will empower your life. If you do nothing else, find people who think the same way you do, who believe the same way you do, and start hanging out with them, because you're going to have a much more fulfilled life.
Yeah, the feeling, the mutual respect is there, Lori. Appreciate the chance to share as well. So I never told you, I got about 6 minutes left too, and I got those links. I was jotting them down as well on my computer. So one thing I did want to give everyone an invitation to, Sam mentioned we do events periodically, and this is one of the secrets that I've learned. My 7+ year career of marketing online is the rubber really hits the road. When you can get your relationships and take your relationships offline, meet together in person. And both Sam and myself will be in Denver, Colorado, for one of the conferences that we do with Empower. There's 6,000 plus people, empowered entrepreneurs, literally from all across the country, flying for these events. They're epic. I just got to experience my first event. Sam invited, I was on a call very similar to this. Sam sent me an email. I watched the same video that you're going to watch tonight. I made a simple decision. I felt a prompting in my heart, kind of God tugging on my heart. There's something for me that can help not just me and my business and my clients. I decided to get started working with Sam, joined his team. Here we are now. Lori's partnered up with us as well to bring the message of helping people to unleash their inner greatness. And I passed up my toe in the water. Sam invited me to our last event, which was here in Chicago, actually. There was 5,000 people at that event. And I got to tell you, I've been to a lot of I'm a personal development junkie. I'm a student of wealthy people. I've always, since I was about 17, 18 years old, I've been studying the affluent here in America and different parts of the world. And so I've gone to a ton of different seminars. I've studied all of the big name gurus, Evan Pagan. I've been to a lot of conferences. And, I came to that last Empower Network event here in Chicago. And I was completely blown away, not just by the transformation that I had in my business and life. And I literally had a quantum jump. I went to that event and literally my income doubled after attending that event. But more important than that, I know what I'm capable of and what my potential is. But I had a group of people that came to that event, about 18 to 20 people that I personally invited to that event. I did coaching calls, and Sam, I don't know if you know this or not, but I did post-event coaching calls with all of my personal team after the event, and every single one of them, 100% of the people that came to that event had major breakthroughs and shifts in their thinking, their thought process, and who they were. They were really a different person after coming on the outside of that event. So I was joking, it's an internet marketing training, and it's never, our industry does not see events this size. If you go to a big, I was at Frank Kern's List Control back in 2009 or 2010 when he did that launch. And there was about 700-800 people in the room, which was pretty large. Frank Kern's one of the bigger quote unquote gurus in the internet marketing space, and he put 700 people in a room. When you have 5, 6, 7,000 people coming together from around the world, there's something special that happens. So I just want to invite you, if you felt something tonight, we have an event coming up. If or not, though, get in touch with Lori after you sign up for the basic blogging system, the viral blogging system. If we have tickets available, I'd encourage you to, like I said, an invitation to you to come out and join us, meet Sam and me in person, and experience this breakthrough. And again, whether you're a part of Empower as an affiliate, you want an income stream, or you're here to sharpen the saw, as they say, and expand on the tool base that you have for your current business, you will have a breakthrough. And Sam, as we kind of creep up on the top of our time here, I just want to ask you what your experiences were like at your first event and what you'd say about it. You've done a lot of events. You've spoken on PR Record stage. You've done some pretty cool things. What's different about these events, and why should someone come?
Well, because it's very motivating. I mean, to be around that many people, you're talking about, way more than you'll ever be around most of the time, and like-minded. These aren't people who just came because they came over on their lunch hour to hear a celebrity speak. It's a lot of great training on how to do exactly what we've been talking about for the past 40 minutes, and that is take what it is you're really excited about and make a lot of money doing it. And there's nothing wrong with making money. I mean, look, money just exposes more who you are. If you're a jerk, you're going to be a rich jerk. If you're a philanthropic, nice individual who wants to give to many causes, money will help you do more of that. So it can be real funny, sometimes when I talk to them about money, and it's only because the way we've been conditioned and talked about it. When you go to the Empower Network events, we talk about, the name of the Chicago event that I invited you to, Gabe, was called Get Money. I mean, you can't be more in your face than that. But we're all adults, men and women. We know, as entrepreneurs, we know it's up to us. We know that the small business wheel moves, the big flywheel gets turned as a result of the entrepreneur. Let's not kid ourselves, especially here in the United States of America. Most of the commerce is generated by the small business owner. So if you want to learn how to drive more customers and more clients and more revenue through your front door, be it virtual or brick and mortar, then you need to be in an event like this, because it's 3 solid days of great training, and then you hear the motivating stories. Gabe, you see a 12-year-old in the Netherlands that's made 20 grand. You see the blind person who's blogging now who needs his screen reader but has somehow managed to figure out how to blog every single day. You see the deaf individual who hasn't been able to hear since they were 5 years old, that's now an entrepreneur online, and on and on and on and on, from 14 years old to 90 years old. They run the entire gamut. It's a melting pot of dreams, and that's really, I think, the best way to describe one of these live events.
I'm just going to encourage everybody on the call, if you're in Denver or not, if I wasn't already booked, I would be there. But even as I travel the country, people ask me what has led to the success of the LinkedIn Rockstars. Everywhere we go, we stay an extra night or we stay overnight so that we can hold a networking event and invite people to come see us. The first time we're in a city, we might have 50 people show up, maybe 5. One time we had 6 people show up, I think was our lowest number. But the next time we went back to that town, it was in Detroit, we had 37 people show up. And then a few months later, we had 200 people show up. And that is because we need that human contact. Don't get stuck sitting at your desk and doing it by yourself. Go to those events for your own mental health and for your own wealth health. And don't miss it. It's worth it. And you will not kick yourself if you go. That's one thing you will not regret. You will regret it if you don't.
No, I was just going to edify what you're saying, really, and I know we're wrapping up tonight, so we appreciate you coming out. And I have to give the disclaimer: there's a very good chance that the tickets are completely sold out. I mean, there's a 6,000 person seating capacity at the theater in Denver. That's how Denver we're having it. So if you feel inspired, get a hold of Lori tonight. Head over to the EmpowerSocialCommerce.com. On EmpowerSocialCommerce.com, you can put your email address in and watch the official video and get started. If the tickets aren't all sold out, they will be so very soon. There's a good chance that I will get a hold of Lori and get locked in, and then she can connect you with me and Sam Robert. We're having a private team get together on Saturday night, I believe, a little more intimate, where you can get a chance to get together and establish some connections like what we were talking about. Me, Sam, and I, and the other leaders on our team here connect with us. We can help bring those offline relationships or online relationships offline, and I think some would love to meet you. So, yeah, hey, Lori, love any opportunity that we have to come out and share this message. I love Sam's everyday Saturday message. That's what inspired me. Like I said, I've been in college in the past. I respected Sam and trusted his judgment, and I'm more than glad I've got people on our team always like having breakthroughs and having success they never would have had if it wasn't for this. So, Sam, thank you, my friend, for stepping out and leading, and really appreciate you, giving us an opportunity to share a little bit and extend the invitation for your network to join us as well. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. All right, everybody. Again, you can get me real easy. Google Lori Ruff, LORIRUFF. My number's all over the place. Let me know if you have any questions at all, how we can help you and help you support your drive to your passion. Thanks. Good night.